The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the June 17th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what the bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, mixed bag out here. The Dow off 200, the S&P down 2. NASDAQ is up 163. Russell's off 35. Semis are up 22. Trainers are back 277. We've got a mixed bag out here. We'll take a look at all these instruments that you want. Of course, I'm going to follow your lead. Right now, the lead is there are no requests in here. So we're going to just simply end. You've got gold is off 85 bucks. Silver's down $1.87. Lead the charge dollar-wise. The upside, you've got Shopify up 90. Amazon 57, Nvidia 38, Twilio up 25, Google up 21. To the downside, CureVac off 39 or 41%. U-Time out of time, it's down 66% or 38 bucks. SVB Financial 18. NRGU Microsectors US Big Oil Index. We'll skip that. Rockwell Automation is down 11. So let's begin by taking a look at gold. I'd made some comments during the 1 o'clock update, so let's just take a look at what we're looking at here. We'll look at multiple different charts out here for gold so you can get a fairly good view as to what's going on. Let's begin by bigger picture stuff. And the bigger picture stuff here, US dollar test, no, we want to go to gold. So here's our daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly set of profiles. So what you're going to first take notice is that gold is sitting at a very, very important support level, and that is the bottom of its weekly profile. And that's 1772.80. So we're sitting at support. If you look at the daily time frame chart, you're not going to see any kind of support out there. You don't have any kind of support on the monthly, and you don't have any kind of support on the quarterly. So it's really going to be all about this level of 1772. Now, you know that when we get back to a support level, I don't care what the time frame is. Well, typically if you're on a weekly, you go to the daily to see if there's any kind of a signal out here. So let me pull over the daily time frame to see if there's any kind of a signal. And yeah, there is a kind of a signal here. Its signal is I want lower price. What do you mean, Steve-O? Well, we see that yesterday, price cruised right through 1821.30. 1821.30 was the TD9 breakout level. Gold for its daily, weekly, and monthly time frames all have TD9 count topping patterns in place. If gold crushes the weekly support level, I don't know whether it will or it won't, but if it does, then that's signaling that price is going to move all the way back to 1687. Now, we may get some type of counter trend rally out here, but the daily time frame for gold is saying, I'm not done. Time. I'm not really referring to, does that mean at 130? If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, here on the weekly, you're going to see a nice TD9 count top, price below the oscillator and change line. We're paying attention not to the profile level here. I'm showing the August contract, and the what we used to identify that weekly profile level was Stevie's synthetic version of the contract out here. Now, the weekly chart says gold wants to make a run for 1679.40. So we're just taking a look at the big picture out here. If we go take a look at short-term time frames, this is where we begin to see some type of potential bottoming signal. Here, when we take a look at gold, we can see as it was making its low, it did it with a hammer candle, and that was when we had a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. That's a 15-minute time frame. Price is above the oscillator and change line, trying to get inside its bullish structured 15-minute market profile. So it will be your long, or Dan, your long here. What you really need to see, and we're just going micromanaging this. So on the short term, what you're looking for, you've got to see a close above 1777.70. Why? Because it's a bullish structured profile. Price closed below it for more than 2 consecutive bars out there. That is just a counter trend rally point. When you close below a bullish structured, any counter trend rally typically finds resistance at the center of that profile. That's at 1777.70. Now, if price can close above that, then you're looking at a run to 1784. Let me populate this chart fully. And then your resistance level, your key level of resistance is going to be 1787. So that's coming from the 15-minute time frame chart. The 30-minute time frame chart also has a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Well, we don't know. This bar does not close until 1:30. It's only 1:12. But if price can close above that oscillator and change line, that's a positive. But here, 1779 is your next resistance point on the way up. On a 60-minute time frame, we're going to make kind of a bottoming signal here. In fact, we have just the opposite. So now as we get beyond the ultra short-term time frame charts, they're saying no bottom on the 120, no bottom on the 240, no bottom on the 300, no bottom on the daily. So what you've got going on right now is just a little bit of a counter trend rally, which you would expect as price gets back to the bottom of that weekly profile out there. But now you've got the short-term numbers to focus on and pay attention to with regard to Goldilocks. So I hope that helps you out, or at least that helps you out with regard to that. The other element that you certainly have got to factor into this is going to be the U.S. dollar index. So as we take a look at it, the U.S. dollar index is on the right-hand side. Here in the case of the U.S. dollar index, it is trading above now the center of its bullish structured weekly profile. From high to low, and when I say high to low, I'm referring to the highs of March 31st, down in this U.S. dollar index, down to lows of May 25th. Yeah, we can see that it's a 0.618 retracement. I didn't hear Larry's show. I've got to believe that he said if you come into one of these areas, one of these being a 0.618 retracement, with a wide-ranging bar, that is not how markets stop. So the U.S. dollar index is signaling to you and I, it is not ready to stop here at 0.618. That doesn't mean that it won't let some folks off the elevator, okay, and maybe pull back a little bit. But any close above this 91.92 area says you're heading to 92.59. That would then, therefore, likely put pressure on gold, and we would see the bottom of that weekly profile fail out here. Silver's made its way back to its 0.618 retracement level out here. So you've really got to be careful. And you've got gold hitting that support level with a wide-ranging bar as well. Wide-ranging bars, folks, that's a gigantic signal to us. It's the same thing with a gap. Gaps and wide-ranging bars are very similar out here. So that is what we're taking a look at when we take a look at the gold U.S. dollar complex out here. There's nothing saving gold in the international markets. It's trading lower in all of the major currencies out there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE. And you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Jim in Palm Harbor. Jim, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks so much for asking. And Disney is the entity that we're going to take a look at. Trading right now at 175. That is could potentially be day number 2 below the bottom of its daily profile. How can I best help you with Disney?
Well, I've got a small position in it, and I'm not real good on ABCDs, but I think starting on a daily chart on May 3rd, it's a A point, and maybe 519 is the B, and then the C point would be 61, and that gives me a down target of 158.71, and I hope that's not the case. I'm hoping that you can tell me that it'll bottom before then.
So there's another A to B equals CD pattern that you might want to take a look at since you're along this. This is what I would do if it was me in the position, and that is I'm using June 1st as my A point, using that high. I'm using the low from June 8th as my B point, and my C point is the retracement up into the high of June 14th, and that would give us a 1-to-1 price projection of 173. A 1.272 price projection of 171.47. So what you'd be looking for here, and we do have, as I mentioned, it looks like we might have day number 2 below the bottom of its daily profile, 175.32. Of course, I'm not making that forecast. It's where it's trading right now. And if price does close below that, what you're then looking for is some type of bullish reversal candle to then generate a Gartley buy pattern. Where that's going to happen, I don't know. But that's the A to B equals CD. If I were long the position that I would be focusing on, and to use that to help make your decision whether you're going to stay, add, whatever it is as the thought process that's going through your mind. Any question about that A to B equals CD pattern that we looked at?
No, and that was what was the? It was the 173 was the D point.
So I'm using the high of June 1st. That was 181.01. The B point is going to be June 8th, which had volume of 5.3 million shares, and that's 175.19. Now, when price passed through that yesterday, it was with 8 million shares. So that's like that is not like, it is a confirmed A to B equals CD to the downside. The C point is going to be the high from June 14th. If you use those data points, Jim, that gives you a price projection, the 1-to-1 price projection at 173.05. And the 1.272 level would be 171.47. So I think that is really the A to B equals CD that you want to look at. Now, because price is below the bottom of the daily profile, we turn to the weekly profiles, and they suggest that price might be targeting 169. So that gets us, in essence, into that 1.618 expansion on that A to B equals CD. But what you'd really be watching for here is a bullish reversal candle. If you get that in Disney, then what it does is it sets up a Gartley buy pattern. If I pull over my other charts, my white background charts out here, there's really no other signal. Price right now is just flirting with the oscillator and change line. If it can stay above that, that is nice. One little nicety to it. You've got some key support at 168.03. That's a TD9 breakout level. That was tested back on the trading session of May 19th, and not only held, you got a nice little bounce out of that. So that's what I see when I take a look at the daily charts out there. On a weekly basis, Disney's got a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but it's also got that TD9 count bottom. So I like, at this stage here, being long Disney. Makes sense. Watch for the Gartley buy. Are you thinking of adding to the position, or what are you thinking, as you're looking at these patterns? Go ahead.
Yeah, I might add to it if it gets down another couple of dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you were looking at the larger A to B equals CD pattern, and you don't want price to go there. Let's look at the smaller one. Coming off of the bottom from back on May the 19th, and let's see if you get a Gartley buy pattern out here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
so it's
I
a
really
bullish
appreciate
reversal.
it. Thank you.
Oh, you bet, Jim, and thanks for the call. So look for a bullish reversal candle to form, and that would be your signal to get into a long position. Okie doke. Oh, I guess we lost Jim. So one of the reasons to say, now some of you out there might be saying, hey, wait a minute here, Steve-O. You're telling them to potentially take an additional long trade inside of Disney. Aren't these markets correcting out here? Well, here's what we can say about the markets that we know 123 in the afternoon. They're all at support, or they've all tested support, and support is held. So let's go through that. Let's start on the very right-hand panel. That's Russell 2000, which has been relatively weak today. Russell 2000 doesn't really have a topping signal in place. That doesn't mean that it didn't top. I'm just sharing with you, it doesn't have a topping signal in place. But what price did do so far today is it pulled back and it tested support. A bullish structured daily profile. That support level 2259. Yes, it got slightly below that, 2256.40 to be exact, but price has held the support area. So the Russell, no breakdown, no change in trend. If we take a look at the Dow, it's also tested the bottom of its daily profile, and it has held. More importantly, it was pushing its way back into the bullish structured weekly profile. There is no damage that is done inside of the Dow. There is no change in trend. You cannot get a change in trend until you start closing below these profiles. And because that weekly profile in the Dow is so relatively close, when I say relatively close, 33,149 versus 33,635, that's a heartbeat. That's a heartbeat. And that can take place in a minute out here, a minute to win it. So price has pulled back into support level and it's held. The NQ has made a new high today. It not only took out yesterday's high, it took out the day before's high. That's not a signal of a market that has topped. Now, not that it can't. We'll take a look at the cash indices. The NQ, there is no topping signal in place, period, whatsoever. If somebody tells you there is, tell them to call Steve-O here, because there is no topping. If anything, what the NQ has is an A to B equals CD to the upside. It looks like this. And that pattern you start down here at the low on May 13th. That's your A point. Your B point is up here on June 1st. And your C point is the low from the trading system of June 3rd. The 1-to-1 A to B equals CD takes us up to 15,311. But hold on a minute here. Hold those horses. The retracement, the B to C retracement was only a 36% retracement. Typically, when you see a retracement that's 0.382, or something below 0.618, you get more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. And that would say this could be targeting 14,545. The S&P 500, it has tested so far today and has held support, and that's the 4203 level. So you put all that together with regard to the way the markets are trading at 125, and you say, okay, what's going on inside the spot volatility index? Well, it's trading lower with the S&P off just a tad out here. It's trading lower, meaning it has rejected, it tested, and it rejected the 50-day exponential moving average. That is at 1856. Now, look, if price closes above 1856 in the spot volatility index today, then it gives us a whole different change in outlook to what's going on inside the market. So we probably would also see the ES Mini trading below the bottom of its daily profile out here. That's not what we have at 126 in the afternoon. What we have is each of the 4 equity future contracts, as Jim and I were talking about Disney, each of them, because I knew that, because I had checked that out before we went into that segment, each of them have held support. Whether it's going to hold support at the end of the day, I don't know. But right now it looks pretty good. So we get back from this break. There's a couple requests inside the Tiger's Den. Looks like one is for the SMHs, the semiconductors. Another is for, one we want to take a look at copper. And then I think there was one other question out there. But we'll certainly take a look at each of those. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're going to go through, we're going to do the SMHs first, then we're going to go to high-grade copper, then STLD, I'm not sure what instrument that is. Then we've got a request to take a look at U.S. Steel, and the stash wants to look at IBM. So that's kind of the order that we're going to go in. Let's take a look at the SMHs first out here. The SMHs on a daily basis right now, price is trading above the top of its daily profile. That level is 253. It's trading into a prior swing point with volume. That swing point I'm referring to is from June 15th. It had volume about 3.5 million. You're already at 2.4 million, so it should have the volume to at least signal that it's going to go test that high. That high is 255.89. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, that really tells you the picture. And the picture is that the semis have been consolidating in between the range inside that yellow rectangle, and price is likely going to hit that 257 level. So SM, to the extent that you're looking to short the SMHs, you do it between here where we're at. But because price is moving into that swing point with volume, chances are you're going to be able to sell that at the 257.54 level. And if price closed above that, you would exit that position. In fact, you would consider going long because you would have a measured move breakout inside the SMHs. We don't have that signal out here, but price should continue to move higher. So I hope that helps out. With regard to my other white background charts, there's not a whole lot more to report to you other than price hit or got up to the 256.08 level. 256.08 is its TD9 breakdown area. And if you see it close above that, boy, that's a signal that we could be seeing a consolidation measured move breakout. So that's what's going on inside the SMHs. I hope that helps you out. Ruby was interested in the doctor. And if we take a look at the doctor, we were talking about the A to B equals CD down pattern with Jim. Copper has the same thing going on. If we take a look at the July contract, that is in your left-hand panel, you're going to see a very clear A to B equals CD pattern. Right now, prices, and I'll just expand this chart out. Price is targeting the 1.272 level. That's at 414. This would be a Gartley buy when it does, if it does set up. The if it does means you are looking for a bullish reversal candle to form along this glide path out here. So that's what the daily time frame chart shows us. If we pull over my other set of charts, now this is going to show us daily, 10-minute, and 30-minute out here. Right now it's on the 30-minute. Let's go back to the daily. On the daily out here, another price target because price is below a breakout level, which was 441, 4.03, so 4.04. This is bar number 4 of a TD9 count. That says that can't take place for another 4 to 6 trading sessions. So we're not going to really worry about that. Instead, I think the pattern that's more likely to form before then, don't know whether it will or not, would be a Gartley buy pattern. Again, you're looking for a bullish reversal candle. As we look to the short-term time frame charts, here we look for some type of signals, maybe of a rally. Here you can just see counter trend. On the 10-minute chart, you had a TD9 count bottom. What did price do? It got up to the top of that profile as well as the oscillator and change line and turned back down. Remember, nothing more bearish than a falling price oscillator below zero, and that's what that red line is reflective of. That's on a 10-minute chart. A 30-minute time frame, there's no sign of a bottom here. So, Ruby, that's why I said I don't see any kind of a bottom inside of Dr. Copper. I'm looking as well to take a long position in the doctor, and I don't see it as we speak right now. I think we get lower price and we get that Gartley buy pattern, but we'll just have to continue to pay attention. So hope that helps you out with regard to what the doctor is doing. The next request was to take a look at STLD. Let's go find out what in the heck STLD is and where it's trading. STLD, I probably should know this, but I don't. And the reason I don't is Steel Dynamics. So we got a request to take a look at Steel Dynamics as well as U.S. Steel out here. So in the case of Steel Dynamics, this is going to be day number 1 below the bottom of its daily profile. That's 60.71. 2 consecutive closes below that are going to suggest a move back to 54.38. 54.38 is the top of the weekly profile. Let's pull over STLD. Steel Dynamics, look at the daily time frame and see what it has signaling to you and I. What is signaling to you and I? It has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, but we never got the bearish reversal candle. That being said, on the daily basis out here, we're not going there because we got the weekly to contend with. But if it gets into that weekly profile, the daily is saying I want to get back to 42.24. The weekly chart out here, it's got a TD9 count top. It's below its oscillator and change line. It's clearly signaling 54.38. So you got 54.38 on the weekly, 42.24 on the daily, and we can get to 49.53 on the weekly as far as its targets. The 30-minute chart out here for this, not seeing any kind of a Not seeing any kind of a clear bottoming signal or anything. So over time, this should continue to head lower. That is steel dynamics. Now, I know there was a request to take a look at U.S. steel. So let me get that going on that white background chart if I can. I have so many things running today. This could be a slight problem. So let's go type in U.S. steel here. And U.S. steel, the request was from HD, I believe. Yeah. Would you take a look at X and the GDX? Yeah, we'll give you a twofer. So in the case of U.S. steel, kind of similar looking to that steel chart that we just looked at, in that today is going to be day number one below the bottom of its bullish structured profile, 25.33. It is inside the weekly profile, so that says the next stop to the downside could be 21.88. Let's pull over Stevie's white background chart, see if there's any other kind of signals out here. And again, let's begin by taking a look at the daily time frame. And on the daily time frame, let's get this thing populated. It's got a Rhodes momentum indicator top out here, kind of been consolidating sideways. I don't have really any additional information to report on the daily time frame as far as where its next price target might be. The weekly chart, I think, is what we fall back to, which has got the profile levels of either 1746 to 2188. And on the 30-minute time frame chart, no sign of a bottom, very much like that steel dynamics chart that we were looking at. The next request that was also coming in from HD was to take a look at the GDX out here. So let me get the GDX firing up on my white background charts. Let's go take a look at the GDX. A world of pain today because of gold's move yesterday and the day before, well below its daily profiles. The next level of support in the GDX could be 34.46. You're trading at 35.07 or so right now. Price is also inside its monthly profile level, and that says a close below 34.46 will bring 30.98 into the mix. Let's pull over the white background charts here for the GDX, see what we see. In the case of the GDX, price is doing what? Could be targeting 32.08. You're at 35.06. Today is going to become bar number 5 of a TD9 count. You've got a big wide-ranging bar. In this case here, it's represented by a gap. Same type of scenario. Markets don't end typically on wide-ranging bars, so this is suggesting lower price. And at 32.08, that's an area where that could turn. Now, there's also an A to B equals CD to the downside, so much like gold or copper, we'll watch to see if there's a bullish reversal candle that forms to generate those Gartley buy patterns. But in lieu of that, GDX is targeting the 32.08 level. The weekly time frame chart, 31.65 is its nut. That means, though, that price is going to have to close below 34.46. So if you see that, then 31.65 is likely the target. 30-minute time frame chart, there is a TD9 count bottom here. Says we could see a little bit of a counter trend rally, but that rally would have to exceed 35.27 to say it's got legs to 35.68. So it does look like the GDX wants to continue to head lower. What you're going to want to keep an eye on for sure is the bottom of that weekly profile inside of Goldilocks, which is basically about where it's trading right now. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to go out to Denver and speak with Ron. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this
Hello, Steve. Thank you very much for taking the call.
Sure.
I wanted to look at this data management company, Box, B-O-X. They use digital content and so forth.
Sure.
Apparently Coke and Walmart and GE use them. A lot of big companies use them. I just wonder, is this a good entry level now that it's pulled back?
The better entry level for you, so it's possible that this is an entry. The reason why it's possible is because it's pulling back into a bullish structured daily profile. So your buy area is between 2450 and 2479. It's trading at 2481. Today's low has been 2464. So to answer your question, is it moved into a buy area? Absolutely, based upon the daily market profile. But let's go take a look at some other things out here with regard to the charts. And price is above the top of the weekly and above the top of the monthly, and that's why that bottom or this bullish structured profile is really a buy area for you. But let's go see if there's anything else out here for you to be concerned with. You did get way.
Yeah, you're not showing me a chart. Is it just my screen or anybody else?
It's got to be your screen.
Okay.
Because I'm
all right.
showing
Sorry
the
about
chart. That. Maybe somebody in the den will give me a thumbs up or out here. So, but maybe you can catch the replay of this or something, Ron.
That's okay.
But,
well, I'll use another chart, but I won't see yours. Okay.
Yeah, so yesterday, so in the den they're saying they can see it. So you might just have to reboot. Yesterday was wave number 7 or letter G of the Chapman wave. We know at that 7th wave move you can see a top. Now, we've seen that top, and that typically would send price back to support. But because that price is still below that oscillator and change line, you might be able to get to 2450. And the 2450 failed, Ron, you'd be looking at 2083. So I'm just going to look at the short-term charts out here, 15-minute, 30-minute. And on the 15-minute, I've got a TD9 count bottom, but price ran into resistance at its oscillator and change line. So that's kind of neutral and says you could get lower price. It certainly is not committing to higher price as we look at it. The 30-minute time frame chart, we don't have any kind of a bottom, but we did have its oscillator and change line change color, and then we saw a test in that last half-hour session, meaning the 1 to 130, that was a rejection of that oscillator. This suggests that price should head lower. The 30-minute chart has got a price point of about 2453. We're at 2450 on the daily. I think, Ron, you wait for that 2453 type area based upon the way the charts are reading right now. Does that help?
I'll just wait for that and see what I'll get in probably today or tomorrow on this, and if it comes around that range.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. I mean, I like a long-term this area that they're in. Data management. Everybody's having it going to the cloud to have everything stored and retrieved. And apparently all the big boys use this company. So.
Sure. So what you're doing is you're giving me a number of fundamental reasons and why you're looking at this, which is great. And so if that's the case and you've got a long-term view, today's price action was in the buy the dip area, which is the bottom of that daily profile. So, maybe you don't want to wait for price to see if it gets down to the 24.50 level. I don't know, but that's where that buy the dip is.
I'm hesitant because of the market. I kind of think, will this market sell off next week, and is it going to affect what stocks it'll affect?
Yeah. Hey, we are certainly in that unfavorable seasonal cycle. We're also approaching, though, today is June the 17th. Typically, during the unfavorable seasonal cycle, the Dow will form a bottom around June 24th, June 25th. So that is next Friday, next Thursday, next Friday. So we're also in that bottoming type range out here. So let me show you something. I know you can't see it because you can't see the charts, but maybe you'll go back and you'll take a look at this. I'm just going to pull over the Dow equity future contract. So again, remember, seasonally speaking, the Dow typically forms a nice summer bottom that takes us up into the mid-July area, right around the third week in June. Today, Ron, is going to be bar number 8 of a TD9 count and the Dow equity future contract. What you and I know is on that TD9 count, the bottom will typically form on bars 8. So we've got that today, or 9. That could be tomorrow, or it could be Monday. So the Dow is saying, hey, I'm ready to form a bottom out here and in essence follow along with the normal seasonal cycle. We've got the NQ that has been busting out. We took a look at an A to B equals CD price projection out here. And yeah, these markets are certainly tricky. But with regard to the Dow, the week indice out here, it's signaling that it's preparing to form a bottom. Now, the cool thing will be is if it does form a TD9 count, we don't have a guarantee of that. We won't know that till tomorrow. But if it does form a TD9 count and that low gets taken out, then that says, okay, we've got something else that is going on here. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, thank you very much for that scenario. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Yep. So we've got to anticipate that is a real possibility. I know that everybody wants to get super bearish out here, but we've just got to take into consideration chart patterns, what we know, and apply that and make some judgment calls. So with regard to box, you've studied that chart. If you were looking for the buy the dip area from a profile standpoint, that's what it did during the day today. Okay.
Super. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure. Let's go to our next caller. That's Brent in Martinez, California. Hey, Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Steve. Thank you for taking the call.
My pleasure, as always. And Southern Copper is the instrument that you would like to take a look at. Tell us how I can best help you.
I heard you doing your analysis on copper, and so I went and looked at FCX, and then I looked at this one. This seemed to have the more definitive ABC pattern in it. I mean, they both kind of have it, but this seemed more distinct to me.
Yes.
And so I was hoping you could look at it, and we need to have that reversal candle, the typical stuff that has to happen. But it seemed like it might be setting up for potential. I do some calls on it. So I just was hoping you could take a look at it.
So, Brent, I too am watching SCCO for two reasons. You picked out one of them for sure, which is the A to B equals CD pattern. And folks, you can see the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD gives us price projection of 55.95. The low today so far has been 58.45. Now, it's only had a shallow B to C retracement, Brent, and that's always dangerous. That could be signaling to you and I that SCCO is getting ready to make a move down in the 51 area. However, I did say there were two patterns, and there's two patterns I'm watching inside of SCCO. The A to B equals CD pattern and the TD9 count. Today is bar number 9 of a TD9 count. That's and it's not like the TD9s don't work on SCCO. The last bottom formed with a TD9 count back on May 25th. Now, granted, it was just a shallow retracement, about a 4 or 5 day retracement out there. So you've got that pattern as well to take a look at. And on the 30-minute time frame chart, don't have any kind of a signal that today, being bar number 9, that we're about to see an early turn and try to catch an early type of a signal out here. I don't have that on a 10-minute chart either. So I think it's best for us to just simply be patient because ideally, we'd like to see copper form a bottom and perhaps at the same time that Southern Copper is. But Brent, that's what I see when I take a look at its charts here. We're going to a hard break. So if you've got some additional questions or you'd like me to answer anything else about this, by the way, on the monthly time frame chart, price is right back at the bottom of that profile, which is 59.22. But Brent, hold on through this break if you've got some additional questions, and we'll answer them as soon as we get back. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be back in just a few, folks.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at Southern Copper out here with Brent in Martinez, California. We noticed that 2 things. One, prices pulled back on the monthly time frame to support. That's the bottom of its weekly profile at 59.22. And at the same time that's going on, the daily chart has a TD9 count pattern, today being bar number 9. A lower low could take place tomorrow, and there's an A to B equals CD. Brent, what additional information can I provide to you?
Oh, I think that's it, Steve. I just I always like to kind of, plan a little bit ahead and just, have my strategy in place. And if it's all those elements come together, then that's the point to,
absolutely.
On,
and
so.
it sort of makes today a little difficult because you've got the valid, in essence, bottoming signal while price on the monthly is hitting a support level. But I'm inclined to wait till tomorrow to see how Southern Copper trades as well as copper.
I agree. Yeah, we need to see something of a reversal there to kind of make that trade. I just wanted to let you know I appreciate your help with Conformis too. I took some off the table. I had 10,000 shares initially. I just sold 6, and now my other 4 are free. So that worked out well with that one. So
that's great. That's great. Well, glad to hear it. It's approaching that 137 level, so that should be its next area of resistance. So it's at 130 right now. Hey, Brent, always good to speak to you. Thanks so much for the call. Much appreciated.
All right, take care, Steve. Thank you very much.
You bet, folks. So 2 more questions have come in. I'll do them real quickly here. IBM's got a nice TD9 count top. It's below the bottom of its daily profile. It should target 143.75. Below that, 140.55. So IBM wants to head lower. That's a signal coming from its daily chart. The next question was about ExxonMobil. As we take a look at ExxonMobil, it has a TD9 count top as well. And in this case here, its next level of support is 60.55. Between 60.55 and 61.31. Below that, 59.45 is the number. It also has a 7th wave move top as well. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for the Power Trading Hour. After that, Tom O'Brien will take us on home. I'll be back with you on fantastic Friday. Have a terrific Thursday, folks.